Hello and welcome. It's not common for a public sector undertaking to be awarded for its consumer-friendly initiatives every day. But Indian Railways Catering and Tourism Corporation is defying the norms. To talk more about this Mini Ratna PSU, we're being joined by none other than the man at the helm of affairs, the Chairman and Managing Director of Irctc, Dr. AK Manocha. Dr. Manocha, thank you very much for talking to us here at CNBC TV 18. Let me first begin by congratulating you. You've made it to the list of Fortune Next 500 companies for the second year in a row. What's so unique about Irctc, sir?
See, Irctc has been in the business of catering and tourism for the last 12 years. And we have been making a fortune every year. We are paying dividend to government, we are making profits. And even to the extent when catering was taken away from Irctc and turnover went down to 500 crores. This year we grew to 1500 crores, which is a threefold jump in about last 6 years. And I would put it that last year we had a tough challenge also because catering was taken away. 2 years back, of course, people were very depressed when catering was taken away. But then gradually our system recovered and our turnover came to some about 650, 700 crore. But last year we touched 1100 crore. This year means 15-16 we touched 1500 crore, and we hope that we will be able to beat it and then go into Fortune 500. We have jumped about 250 to 300 ranks for 3 years consecutively, and this year ranking will be coming sometime in January. So right. 1500 crore where we have jumped about 38%. So we should be in top 10 or 15 of the Fortune 500 next, especially the vision of our Honorable Prime Minister and Honorable Minister, who are continuously and very, very user-friendly. We get a lot of prodding from ministry to deliver quickly. Right. And of course, we wait for certain broad guidelines. Sometimes they take a lot of time, but still, we have been, whatever be the constraints of those issues, we have been able to improve the general work style of the country and the railwaymen.
Right. I also want to talk about the passenger amenities because that's something Irctc is continuously improving, be it water vending machines, be it bedrolls for non-AC passengers. What's the vision as far as passenger amenities are concerned?
So let's take one by one. Say we have had mandated to construct executive lounges at the station, which are business lounges like airports. So right. A few were built a few years back, and then the person who made it just left it because of the usual procedure where rent was increased several fold and land prices also went up. So the prices, the rent became prohibitively expensive.
Right.
So after repeatedly requesting the ministry, we were successful in getting the policy changed. We have successfully commissioned 3 of them. Okay. One in New Delhi that will be recommissioned, given to a private sector person on PPP mode to run and operate. One at Agra, another at Jaipur. I'm very, very sure another 45 will be coming not later than next June. And you see, they can be as cheap as, say, like in Konkan Railway, they are running for 25 rupees per passenger for 2 hours. A very good Wi-Fi facility and just AC, good comfort, privacy and all those facilities. We give, of course, takeaway counter also. So this is one issue. Then we have been also advised after a lot of repeated changing, ministry has agreed and Honorable Minister has already announced in the budget to go for upgradation of retiree rooms, which are a perennial source of irritation for persons to stay. We are waiting for the policy guidelines. We have already done a pilot project in Katra station.
I'm glad you talked about services, sir, because we've heard that Railways is planning to come up with a lot of services, and there are services such as Wi-Fi or canteens, but it's the maintenance that's an issue. In our own ground reports that we did from CNBC TV 18, we found that maintenance is still one of the major problems of Railways. How is Irctc planning to work around that?
See, most of the projects, I would say, I personally feel are one of the best models we could think over.
Right.
So they are on PPP mode. Like say, let's take water vending machine, which you have mentioned. We have already tendered for 2,000 machines, awarded them, and they are more than 500 machines have been installed in a large part of country, and another 1,500 are due for installation in about next 1 year's time.
Right.
Another 400, we tender for another 1,000, and the response has been Not so warm this time, I must admit.
Okay.
But about 45-50% will be still finalized.
So you mentioned the response wasn't so warm. Why was that?
See, the prime locations have gone. This is number one.
Okay.
Say, because 2,000 is a big number. These were at 700 main station. Then the issue remains some local issues, like people must have found some difficulties in bureaucratic rigmarole, that is getting water electricity connection or handling the local people or local population. But still, we are very, very sure that we will be able to install more than 5,000 machines in next 1.5 years.
Okay.
In fact, my ambition was to go manifold of this.
Right.
So, and because this is so cheap, you get 1 rupee WHO standard water, chilled water, refill, and it gives employment. So you can imagine a 5 lakh rupee machine yielding about 10 to 15 lakh rupees a year.
Right.
So it's a lucrative business for most of the people.
So there's a financial proposition there.
So everywhere what we get is a license fees, which is quite good for us, I must admit.
Taking further from water to toilets, you talked about Nama toilets that you have installed in certain parts of the country. What's the plan, from here on? How many stations are we going to see you covering in the future?
See, we have almost finalized tender for 29 locations.
Okay.
And these are part of CSR. And each Nama toilet is not a cheap thing. It's costs over 17 lakhs. It's a prefab composite material toilet. Consists of 8 units, 2 male, 1 female, 1 divyang, and 4 urinals.
Okay.
And biodigester and solar can also be fitted on this.
Okay.
It is approved by PMO. The first one was launched by Honorable Cabinet Secretary, and it is hugely popular also. They started with the first one was started by NBCC at opposite Hayat Hotel. So now recently, one Nama toilet was inaugurated by Honorable Railway Minister about 3 days back at Khar Road station, local station at Mumbai.
Okay.
Two more are getting installed in Mumbai area within the next 15 days. One at Andheri, another at Bandra. So we
you're
are
planning to go pan-India with Amma toilets?
Yes, and then these are called Nama, means us or ours in Kannada. So we have just yesterday I have approved 6 toilets to be placed on CSR along with water vending machines.
All right.
So we are expecting that this year these 29 toilets should be ready in another 2 months' time.
You think the concept of portable toilets or Nama toilets could help solve the sanitation problem that many railway stations are grappling with at this point in time?
Toilet sanitation has got hosts of issues. Nama toilet has the advantage that you can put biodigester. But a negative feature in that is if a plastic bottle or plastic material is thrown which chokes it, then it gives foul smell. Then we are also building 3 glass top coaches for tourism, which is a new initiative. Of course, we have taken help from Ministry of Tourism. These will be ready in another 2-3 months' time. And then once these are ready, it will be a Swiss experience in India. And we have also started dining car facility in our semi-luxury train. Because we want our country to enjoy. The journey should not be just for the sake of journey. It should be a pleasurable experience. You should have a high-speed Wi-Fi in the train, not only at the selected stations. And of course, these can be commercially charged. These are viable options. We are also going on for, say, rail museum upgradation for entertainment and other purposes, which will start in another month or 2 months' time. Then e-wheelchair. Then we have extended to several stations. Then e-bedroll is another initiative. Then Rail Mitra Seva, which we have at some station. Now we want to expand it several fold. And one thing more you must have heard is passenger insurance, where the originally proposed...
Yeah, I want to talk about personal insurance because that's an important service that you're coming up with. Personal insurance for as low as 2 rupees per ticket?
No.
How much is that?
It's 92 paisa.
92 paisa per ticket. Now that's phenomenal. How's that going to work out?
I was chasing it up for the whole of last year. This has been my ambition that with such a huge population traveling by train, it should be an asset. And everybody should feel secure because government procedure and settlement of claims are very lengthy, very cumbersome. I worked as chief claims officer on Northern Railway for 3-4 times and I've seen how the people face the problem despite being monitored by Prime Minister's office in Firozabad accident. So with the pilot, our estimate was, initial estimate given by one of the insurance company was 20 rupees. So we were scared whether local people will go, commuters will go in Mumbai. But now I am sure we have started with 92 paisa. It's an insurance for 10 lakh rupees. The pilot is going to be launched within next 10-15 days by Honorable Prime Minister. Right now we have given one single insurance, that is 10 lakh rupees. It also covers 7.5 lakh for permanent disability, 2 lakhs for hospitalization, and 5,000 rupees for baggage loss in case of death, etc. Now, but this is not my vision. My vision is that it should come down to 1 paisa per kilometer for an ordinary commuter. And next vision is that you don't have to buy even a ticket. Your Aadhaar card, you have got a credit card with you or debit card with you. It has all the data of Aadhaar card linked to it. And suppose you are given a card of, say, denomination of, say, 4,000 rupees in Mumbai. On that card itself becomes your authority to travel in the train for most of your journey, say for a limited distance, 30-40 kilometers. And the next phase could be that you don't have to even buy a ticket. You board a train, get down from the station, and based on your GPRS location, the money is debited from your mobile. Or a challan is sent to your home or to your employer. Everyday stuff.
But that's a lot of number there and a lot of visionary talks. I really want to talk about what is...
No, this is not visionary. This is a real talk. After 6 months you will say that it has happened less than 6 months. So I'll give you a few examples. I give you an example of Katra. Our Honorable Minister is very, very keen that this thing is put on fast track. So I'm sure in about 10-15 days time we should be able to get policy on retired rooms, policy on executive lounges, policy on catering. And then you can see the changes, like we started Gatiman Express for tourists. We've introduced the most reputed brands in the country, like your Wagh Bakri Chai and Girnar tea, which are served in the airlines for as much as 100 rupees to 200 rupees. We are supplying it, we get only few rupees, not even 5 rupees for a cup of tea. So despite being a loss, we want to show changes. Minister is also keen that we set up base kitchens of food factories like Noida Food Factory. It has to be a unique experience, and after some time I think people should come from abroad. Like they come to see Delhi Metro, they should come to travel in railways, because they say flight is so boring. Given the choice, I would also prefer to go for a station redevelopment. Right now RRD is handling it, and I think that's, I won't call it sky's the limit.
One avenue that you're looking at, station redevelopment right now. You talked about a lot of bottlenecks in implementation of services, be it with the authorities that you're working with or the local people. What is IRCTC doing to ensure effective and timely implementation of various services that you're coming up with?
Since our minister is keen, so we take a lot of help from the ministry to prod the local officials, and since I am from railways also, sometimes personal contacts work, sometimes my visit to senior officers work. So we try to persuade them and show the positive side. Say, like I said, water vending machine gives employment to so many people, so it's a win-win situation for everybody. The consumer gets a cheap water, so instead of 20 rupees bottle, he can just manage with 1 rupee glass, or maybe half a liter in 3 rupees. The other advantage is that licensee is very happy. He makes money.
All right, sir. I also heard that IRCTC is looking at opportunities abroad, that you have been approached by various authorities from different countries. What are the prospects that you're looking at, and what are the collaborations that we can see IRCTC getting into in the future?
See, all international collaborations require help from Ministry and External Affairs Ministry. So there have been people, and say, I can give the example of Mexico, where tourism minister organized a presentation for, it was for general everybody, but then specific presentation was also organized by IRCTC to run our most luxurious train called Maharajas in their country. Because they said we want to develop it in our country. They even were looking forward for a tie-up for laying a railway line. And they also wanted that coach production or factory could also be laid.
So are you seeking the answers from the Railway Ministry?
Yeah, I'm totally bound by government rules. So it has to be G2G agreement. If I'm given a choice, I think I'll camp there for 3 months and get the orders.
With that, it's time for a quick commercial break. We'll be right back.